It's the weekend.
Plan B with Serena Bellissimo. All you need for the weekend. The biggest stars, the biggest gossip, the biggest events, the biggest tunes.
It's the weekend, baby.
Your weekend fix.
Everybody's talking about Taylor Swift's fabulous new video for Blank Space. There's as much talk about Taylor and her outfits and fab locations as there is about her co-star Sean O'Prey. Sean actually almost broke the internet this week, and I'm excited to say that he joins me now live on Plan B. Sean, welcome to Plan B.
Hey, how are you?
You're used to being in music videos. You're used to, heading up fashion labels and being the face of a campaign. But has anything like this ever happened? You step into a Taylor Swift video and the internet goes mad.
Yeah, this week has been a bit catastrophic in a great way, and I'm not really sure how to take it at this point. So next week, if you call me again, I'll sit back and I'll tell you how I'm feeling. But right now, I don't really know how everything's going. I'm just kind of living the ride.
Yeah, when did you notice? When did you go, okay, I get the occasional tweet here and there, but this is going to be different?
So my agent called me and said, the video's out. And then she tweeted, and then I just saw my Twitter just explode. And it's never done that before.
What's some of the strangest tweets that you've received?
Oh, they get really weird.
We want to know about those.
Very weird.
Come on, Sean, tell us about the weird ones.
I don't know if I can say that on air.
Go on.
Trust me, I cannot say some of them on air.
Is it what people want to do to you?
That and a bit more.
Marriage proposals?
No, there's been those, but there's been a couple things they'd, like to do with my skin. I mean, there's been some weird things happening with their tweets.
Okay, Sean, I've never heard this before. What do people want to do with your skin?
Trust me. You don't want to know.
So you say something like that, Sean, and you go, wow, compliment, but I'm also a bit freaked out.
A bit.
So how did this all come about?
I got an option for the job. My manager called me, and she said, you have an option for a Taylor Swift music video. And I said, well, okay, well, confirm it. Because I'm a Taylor Swift fan. And she was like, that's not how it works out. They have to confirm you. I was like, okay. So let me know what happens. And an hour later, I got the confirmation, and about 8 days later, I was on the job.
Wow. And it wasn't just any job. Yes, we know it's a shoot with Taylor Swift, but people have been talking about this video for lots of different reasons. Yes, you're one of the main ones, but the video is almost like a mini movie. What was it like turning up to that set?
Well, turning up to the set, I mean, you have Joseph Kahn, who's such an iconic director in general, and then you have Taylor Swift walking out of the door. So you think of this guy from Georgia in that environment, meeting Taylor the first time, and the first scene is where she's beating up the car and beating up me. So it was different environment, but it was with those two talents together, it was incredible to be in that experience at that time.
You've done a lot of modelling, so, you're used to having to get really close to girls and, kissing and stuff. But it has to get sometimes embarrassing for you, especially when you are a fan of Taylor's. How awkward or embarrassing did it get when you had to do the kissing scene? And not only kissing, she's there biting your lip.
Not going to lie, there's nothing awkward about that from my perspective.
So you enjoyed every minute of that?
I won't say yes or no.
We have to bring this up because Taylor Swift is such a huge fan of her cat, Olivia Benson. She features in this. Did you get to meet the famous cat?
I never met the cat. I was shooting what is out now, the Taylor Swift Experience.
Yeah.
I was shooting one of the parts for that while she was shooting one of the scenes for the music video. So I actually never got to meet Olivia Benson.
This is quite cool. The Taylor Swift Experience. It's the Blank Space Experience, and it's an app. What can you tell us about this?
The app is completely one of a kind. It's the first time it's ever been done. We had to shoot. It was all like the things you see in the rooms when you see the cut. It had to be from beginning to the end. So there's no cuts, there's no cut-throughs. We had to go from when we entered the room to when we exited. It was one straight take.
Wow, and it's a whole 360 experience for the fans, isn't it?
Yeah, you can actually follow not just me and Taylor, but you can also find little things in the room. I think at the moment there's 41 extra things. And you can also follow a couple of the extras that were in the video. So like the gardener or the painter, and you can follow our story as we go through.
How cool.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's incredible what Taylor and Joe did.
Sean, I need to go back to the very beginning. Is it true that you got noticed on MySpace?
I was found on MySpace.
How does that happen?
Off my prom pictures.
No way.
Yeah.
I hear these stories all the time, and the first thing I think is, how did you believe that person?
There was a lot of convincing, but, after 2 weeks of talking, they sent me a contract and flew me to New York, and I've been with the same manager ever since.
How tough is the life of a male model?
It doesn't sound that tough, does it?
No, it actually sounds quite enjoyable, but I'm sure there's got to be some days where you wake up and go, I just can't face it. Or are there never any of those days? I mean, is it tough always having to think about how you look?
I think everyone has those days.
You don't have ugly days. I also want to ask, you also starred in Girl Gone Wild with Madonna. What was that experience like? Did you get to meet Madge?
Oh, yeah. I worked right beside her. She was incredible and just as professional as Taylor was. I mean, I think when you get in that echelon with those kind of artists, there is a professionalism that they utilize, and that is why they are where they are.
Yeah. What's this about you auditioning for the role of Christian Grey?
Well, yeah, I did audition, and the reason I'm not there, and a fellow Irishman is at the time, I wasn't really pursuing acting. I was just doing modeling, and they sent me the sides, and it didn't really go so well for me. But great for Jamie.
Is this something you want to do more of in the future, some more acting?
Yeah, no, I'm full-time studying now.
Sean, I can't let you go without asking the obvious question. With a name like Sean O'Pry, there has to be some sort of Irish connection. Can we lay claim to you?
Yes. My family came over in 1905, both on my father's side, both parents. Mm-hmm. His mother and his father, their parents came over in 1905. And my mother is also half Irish, so I'm 75% Irish.
So have you ever been back?
Yeah, I was just there last year.
How did you enjoy it?
I was in Dublin, and I enjoyed it a bit too much.
Enough to want to come back again?
It's my favorite place in the world.
Oh, that's what
nicest people.
That's what we like to hear, Sean. And hopefully we do see you back here again.
I hope so.
Don't be shy. Feel free to pop in and say hi.
Will do. Will you have me?
Sean, you don't have to ask twice. Sean O'Pry, thank you so much for joining us on Plan B, and enjoy this ride that you're on.
Thank you for having me.